the music's not taking off. So there's that. But all I have to say is that you gotta get to the point where you truly believe in your own that you don't need anybody else to believe in it. That is what you gotta have. Let's continue.
Come from.
Yeah.
But it's like they'll pick you apart. If you just floating enough, you cool. But if you get too high, they gonna pick you.
I think that black approval is
Diamonds, pearls, royalty, luxury. Yes. Anyway, there has been circling around the internet, a couple clips of Lizzo talking about the music industry and the state of it and where it's at now. And she be honestly totally correct. This is not the old music industry. And things just keep fragmenting, and nobody can really be on the same page. I believe my channel would be doing way better, even as a new channel, if we had the same kind of mediums for music that we had back then, where most people from the general public would kind of be on one note, because there'll be only just a few stations and channels and things that you can hear the music, so it'll be a collective thing together, whether you like the songs or not. Now it's just all over the place. It's the internet and these algorithms and not being able to reach the people it needs to reach that are following you and all this other crap that's happening because of this social media crap, okay, in this digital era. So we're going to take a closer look at that interview on the podcast called $1 Million in the Game, whatever it's called, with Lizzo. But I don't think that Lizzo's even there. No, Lizzo is on vacation in this interview. Leave her a message. Here we have Melissa Jefferson, which is her real name. Then that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. I don't get the energy of Lizzo bouncing all around being crazy. I get the energy of Melissa Jefferson. And that's who we're talking to today, along with the actual host of the show. Okay? But before we get into the meat and potatoes, for those of you who are new, which should be almost all of you, because this is a brand new channel for the most part, this is Peyton 3.0, artist, musician, entertainer, but not. I forgot. For some reason, I'm say this intro all the time, and I just mess it up every now and then. You can't be perfect every day. Every day is different for this brain. But, this is the judge and jury of music, aka Queen Millennial, aka Worklina, the workhorse, aka Peyton 3.0, artist, musician, entertainer, but not the content creator, YouTuber, or influencer. But as I say all the time, those are great platforms and tools to build the brand, business name, reputation up, but most importantly, the community. And hopefully you. Yes, I'm talking to you, and just you. Me and you see me right here. Okay? Well, join the community now by smashing my like and subscribe button. The goal by midnight is 300. We're at 182, and I seem to gain about 2 to 3 a day. Okay? On average. So, tell me who's doing that. And it's not because YouTube is pushing me slowly up the hill with slow progress. It's because of my strategies that even bigger channels don't have. Okay? That just stay stagnant completely. Numbers don't move anywhere. Okay? But anyway, smash my subscribe button today and like, honey, because you know I'm that girl, pun intended, on my show. And I got a question for you. The question is, as an artist or just a music listener, how do you feel the music game has changed where it is right now? Okay? And is it for better or for worse? But right now, I want you to focus on getting your snacks, your drinks, relaxing, and get big screen TV out because you know I'm a superstar. Because this is it's that girl or it's not that girl. Take it away.
All right. This is the checkpoint, folks. Before we get into the interview with Miss Melissa Jefferson, aka Lizzo, and the two guys of the podcast for this very, very important conversation about the state of the music industry and as artists out here, whether independent or assigned to a label. Hopefully, if you're an artist, you're actually independent. Okay, let me say that again. Hopefully, if you're an artist, you are independent. But I digress. For those who are signed, I pray for you. And I'm not even a Christian, but I pray to the universe. That's what I believe in. But the question is, do you have your snacks, your drinks like I asked you to get? Do you have your big screen TV? Because you know I'm a superstar, honey, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this conversation with Melissa Jefferson, okay, a.k.a. Lizzo.
Listen, man, you see who we got up here. You see what's going on. Huh?
It's $1 billion worth of game.
Why won't go to the trillion?
It's $1 trillion worth of game.
Because you've been out here giving out game.
It's $1 zillion worth of game.
I can just imagine how you feel to get to that point where when you went into the studio and you wasn't over-strategized or over-packaging the music. Mm-hmm. Because it's like the fans know about that. Now they like, they can smell when it's over-packaged or over-strategized.
Yes.
And it's like the new star out here is the people that's authentically themselves.
Yes.
They connect more because everybody like, I think, I heard somebody say something one time and they was like, we need some new celebrities. I'm tired of these. Everybody faking.
Yep.
So how did you build the courage to be able to go in there and know that the music that you came out before was strategized and packaged a certain way and marketed a certain way? What encouraged you to just say it?
I realized that you will never make everybody 100% happy. Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of my career believing that I was making everyone 100% happy all the time. And I was very like people pleasing to the public, not to my fans, the public, you know what I mean? Which was very exhausting because we got to a certain point where like the veil between the industry and the general public is gone. Like the curtain is pulled back and like there's people at home on their TikTok talking like Craig Cowman. You know what I'm saying? Like talking like Lucien Grange. I'm like, how do you know about this and why do you know? Like, why do you care? Why?
I want to comment on the part where she's talking about your actual like core fans, if you know that you have any, if you are able to get those analytics, hopefully, and then the general public. Yes, you may play the general public game, but the priority focus is want to be the hardcore fans that won't spend money on you, on basically everything you release, almost, versus the general public, which are the people that are second to last, basically. And if they come along for the ride, they come along, hey. And they become diehard fans, they become diehard fans. But you're not counting on that. They're just part of the strategy, but they're not the main focus. Okay, your main focus is to always dedicate yourself to the super fans, the core fans, the diehard fans. Especially in today's music industry. You can't play the game like the old industry before the digital age actually came in. The music industry has been trying to play the game like that for even when it did come in for some time. And they've been sadly disillusioned, unfortunately. And so they're really just now coming around to what is possibly going to take to really do this music business thing without the whole thing falling and collapsing. Because remember, back then there were a lot of labels, and some of you and I have been around for it like that. There were a lot of like big labels. Now there's only like 2 to 3 left, and those will fold if they're not careful. They're already on very, very shaky ground with not a solid strategy to be able to market their artists and break them through without thinking of how they did it the old way, spending so much unnecessary money that they didn't have to spend in the first place in the past they used to. But I digress. Let's continue.
Why aren't you just listening to the music? So I think they're aware of they're aware of the bells and whistles. And I was like, there's people who are going to listen to this and I'm going to say, I made this project in 3 days, and they're going to be like, it sounds like it. Not for me. It's all right. They're going to say that. And they did say that.
And they do. You hear some YouTubers talking about, oh, it sounds like you in a week. It sounds like it. Artists, y'all need to stop saying I made this project in a week. Don't tell them how long it took. Okay? That's not a flex. People just want to throw that back in your face. Stop saying how long it took you to make it. If it took you a year or so, say that, because it's more impressive to people than you saying, it took me only 3 days to record and master this. It took me only 8 days. Even though we had the technology in order for you to do it, if you really rehearsed and all that stuff and polish before you get to the studio and just knock it out, yes, it can be done in that short period of time and be just as good as somebody who took a year to do it or 2 years. But do not tell people that. If it's a very, very short time, don't say it. Don't say how long it took you to do it if it's a very, very short amount of time to people, because they will throw it back in your face. Oh, it sounds like it. Even if it don't sound like it at all, they'll still do that. Anyway.
Can't, because I know that like going into this, you already had your mind set you wasn't going to with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind was close to it. You were ready.
It seems like we live in a world now where it's 2 ways. Haters is your marketing team, so let them work, because they will introduce some people to you that might don't know about you. And it's like a person to be hating on you so much, somebody go and hit it and be like, oh no, I do like this, I would do like that. But also it's like, it seemed like there's an attack on success, especially when you coming from our culture. And it seemed like the black opinion, I think sometimes we overvalue it on the aspect of like, it's like this, all right, if we family members, right, us 3, and I do something and I want y'all to be proud of me of it, and y'all not, I take it more personal that y'all not, or y'all tear me down. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes the black opinion become that. Mm-hmm. Because the black opinion is, sometimes it's like, it's overly, I'm talking about it's overly criticizing. It's overly like it's a strong, the opinion is so strong that it had you like, damn, I thought y'all would be happy for me. I come from where y'all.
Okay, this is a very touchy subject because my audience ranges from all different kind of backgrounds and races. But just to school y'all on those of you who are not in the black community, and there are other communities that contest to this, because in certain communities, it's not just ours, like the Latino community, the Mexican community. We're breaking it down to nationalities. These 2 racial groups can be like crabs in the barrel. Not be like, but they are most of the time. And if you start climbing up or get some type of success, when they still feel inferior, they're not going to be happy for you. Most of them want to put you down. Not everybody in the community, right? And I don't like to call them communities because, number one, they're too large for it to be a community. Okay? We can't include everybody who is Latino in a community. We can't put everybody that's black in a community. Okay? Too many. All right? A community is a focused, one type of cohesive mindset type of tribe, group, but that's not what you have when you say Latino community, Black community. The word needs to change to something else, but those are not communities, okay? Because none of us are a monolith, and we all don't think the same, okay? And a lot of times you put us all together, we be at each other's throats most of the time. Excuse me. Stop it. It's this energy drink. But anyway, the point is that as an artist or a person, period, going for success as a progressive Latino of any nationality, whether it be Cuban, Mexican, Salvadorian, you name it, okay? Cuban, I think Cuban now, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, okay? Black from Africa, Sudan, it don't matter. Or whatever other race goes through this type of thing, is that you have to build a thick skin and be able to get the support from yourself and believe in your talent and say F them, and that includes people in your own family that you have to live with every day, because they're the same. Those people closest to you ain't no different than the people outside who's strangers in the so-called community, racial community, right? Most of the time, you may get one or two, or you may get a whole family of support just because of how that family was brought up. But there's plenty of us that don't get that. They don't celebrate us. They don't say how good they think we're doing, how great they think it is, because they're not really going after their dreams, or they don't have it anymore. They gave up. So they don't want to see you swinging like that, especially since days and days and periods have gone on and you haven't given up. Years have gone on and you're still swinging. They think you're just wasting your time. But that's just what it is to be great in this savage animal kingdom called human. Okay? Especially in the States. Okay? And I can testify. Okay? But you gotta be irrational. You gotta be bullheaded. You gotta be 100% believing and keep pushing through all the failures. They can't stop you just because they don't believe. Also, you find strangers out there who possibly will believe in you online, whatnot. Online's getting tougher to find support because of how online is today. Very saturated, very controlled by algorithms to reach, basically, it seems, to anybody, unless your music just takes off. But many artists, their music is not taking off, so there's that. But all I have to say is that you gotta get to the point where you truly believe in your own that you don't need anybody else to believe in it. That is what you gotta have. Let's continue.
I'll come from.
Yeah.
But it's like they'll pick you apart. If you just floating enough, you cool. But if you get too high, they're gonna pick you.
I think that Black approval is...
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
the highest.
Heck, they're gonna pick you even before you get to that a certain level. Okay, because they're gonna try to stop you from even getting to that level. They wanna bring you back down where they are. Because they see you swinging like that for days, months, years. Let's continue.
Highest form of currency in the culture, though.
Yeah.
And we are the toughest critics because we all got a cousin or a friend who can do that, or I can do that. And it's like,
Yup. Why that? Why not them?
like I can do that. Like,
Gil always say that.
show me
Why
something.
not?
Show me something I can't do.
Or it don't necessarily be, I can do that. It be like, you know, really be out here like mad at God. Like,
Wait, what?
why him and not me?
Oh wow.
Like, why, real
Why
talk.
you and not them?
Why
What's
you
up?
and not them? Bro, that's the question between you and God.
Yeah.
God didn't have that in your
Yeah.
journey through life. God didn't have, but really be mad. And when you question, you ain't necessarily going directly at God, but when you question, why them and not me? You questioning God. Because that was, maybe you ain't got
Sorry, y'all. I guess it's a mukbang.
the same qualities this person got.
Yeah.
You feel me? Maybe you wasn't cut from that cloth. Maybe you don't put the work in that this person put the work in. But a motherfucker will always question you where we come from. Why them and not me? And that's crazy to me.
I wouldn't have understood what you were saying when I first came out, maybe 2019, 2020, but enough time has gone by where I am actually shocked that I do, on a personal level, have seen that energy and have been very confused by it because I'm like, you know, I'm not here because I'm lucky. Like, I don't think people realize how.
No, Lizzo, if you know her history, you know Melissa's history, she's had to fight for a long time to get here. She got it. Lizzo popped off in her 30s, folks. Okay? She popped off in her 30s. She was doing things before in her old band. She had albums before, independent, but she popped off in the industry, if that's your goal. Again, I'm going to say this again. I don't think today's age that should be your goal. You need to find your core that's going to pay you and for enough for you to live comfortably. That means you got to do some numbers and some realistic calculations. You can't just be an artist alone or get somebody who can that you could pay. But Lizzo had a goal, and obviously it was to be in the mainstream. So, but she didn't get it until she was in her early 30s. Okay? So, again, it has not been a smooth road at all for Melissa here. Let's continue.
How much if someone has to go through in the dark that you don't see before you see them on stage at the Grammys or on award shows, and they don't know that I've been writing music since I was 12 years old, and they don't know that I was in Houston with no place to live, sleeping out my car.
Talk about it.
Like going hard for this music. They don't know the dark times. They don't know that I was touring since 2013, playing for nobody. The first show my mom ever came to, the only people in the audience was the bartender, the sound man, and like a couple of my friends who helped us like carry the equipment and stuff. And my mom came to that show. I played Glastonbury.
And you know what? That's not uncommon. That's a sad reality for most independent recording artists, where you had zero to nobody come to your showcases, come to your show. You might get lucky to get one to show up. It's that sad out here, particularly in the States. And you still gotta decide, is this still, and that's multiple shows when nobody's showing up. Why do I sound so passionate when I say that? Because I went through that. And you have to decide, is this music still worth me pursuing? Spending money on studio time? Spending money on music videos? just for nobody to fucking hear it. Years later, still trying to make this work. That's how in love with this you have to be. Or else you obviously want to have been thrown in the towel. Me and Lizzo, we're in love with this. But the difference is, let's say she's been able to get the mainstream success and do the things, whatever. That don't mean she didn't have her pay the price. Okay? And she's had to pay the price. Because it's because you get there. So it means it's going to be sweetness. Because a lot of times today, and not just with the record label, it's with the people who, everybody has a mic and an opinion that didn't used to be there before. So now it's bullshit. It's both for the label and the general public who a portion of the people don't like you and they're very loud about it. And they post it online for you to see. So the question is, do you really want this music? Let's continue.
When there was nobody in the crowd, and I played the whole show like I was supposed to. I don't give a fuck. Like, I've been touring consistently, building an audience, like doing the work, doing the promo, writing the music. I don't think people see that part. I think they just see, oh, that look easy. I could do that. You just stand on stage with a dress on. Like, I could do that.
Right.
Somebody just handed you a song. No, baby, I write the song.
If only it were that easy. If only it looks deceiving, folks. For those of you who don't do music, but you admire, respect all the people who do, and are fans or stands, that it ain't what it looks like on the surface. It actually this is very emotional, and it tests you mentally. And if you make it into the industry, for the mainstream, it's a dog world in the industry. Once you can't sell, you're not hot, everybody act like they don't know you. They won't pick up your phone call when you call because you were just a product in the end. Everybody liked you in there when you were selling. But once you ain't selling, you ain't you ain't nothing.
Songs. I gotta tap in with the culture. I gotta live my life to know what people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. To write a song that 1 million people will sing back at you. Absolutely. And touches 1 million people. Like, I'm not lucky. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed.
Absolutely blessed. But then after you go through all that, all of those things you just named, and you finally reach your goal, your journey, your dreams, then you got my feeling entitled. That didn't work 1/10 as hard as you to get where you got, but they feel entitled about you.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how life is, man. And then if you like, nah, I ain't got it, then they preying on your downfall.
Yeah.
I'm talking about family members and they're supposed to be close to you. If you ain't got something that you worked hard for them, is praying for your downfall. So did the life that we come up in, man,
The side effects of
success, it's taught me one thing: take care of me and mines.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about nothing else, man. I'm responsible for me and mines.
Yes, me giving the crumbs off my shirt. Gotta make sure these mother ants don't come rolling in 2 seconds. Okay? Before I get a chance to sweep up. But anyway. When he said, I might get stuff over my face after eating. I don't give a F. Y'all say I want authentic. Y'all say I want it real. Well, right now I'm being the realest I've ever been. Okay? Now, when he said the side effects of success, he just summed it up in just a couple words. The side effects of success, like taking that pill that's supposed to make this better, but it comes with all these downsides. Okay?
That's it. If I decide to help somebody, that's what I decided to do.
Yeah.
If I say, oh yeah, I could do that. If I say, no, I can't do it, and you feel some type of way.
By the way, I hope you're having a good time. Did you subscribe yet? No, you didn't? What you waiting for? Some of you have been here on my channel too many times and you just looky-looing, but you ain't got no commitment, honey. I know today we don't want to make commitments. I know today it's all about what we're interested in and F you, the creator. But you know what? On my channel, we don't play that game. We don't play that game. Okay? On this channel, you eventually make a commitment, honey. Okay? Especially after a few times of coming. All right? So we have 82, I believe, at the time of this recording, as you can see. Well, it might be more when you get to see this. No telling when that is. Algorithms, I don't control it. Who sees it, who don't. That's a mystery bag. Excuse me. 183 committed subscribers. Okay? Will you be one of them? Why wouldn't you? You ain't gonna find nobody like me, honey, on this pet network, honey. I'm a dime breed, okay? I'm a dime breed. Everybody else trying to be like the next man. Honey, I'm just here being me. Whether that gets me the great success on this platform or not. Okay? So I need you to subscribe right now. I've been cooking all goddamn week. And you ain't gonna just sit here and eat my food, leave the plates on the table, honey, and not clean up or tell me whether it was good or not, because you already know what's good. I can tell. See, a chef can tell when it's good just by watching you eat. Just by watching your face, facial expressions. They ain't gotta really ask you nothing. Okay? And then you not clean up the dishes? And then you not clean up the dishes? I don't think so. I'm gonna give you a chance right now to subscribe, honey. That's how you can tell me that you respect me and what I cook for you. Okay? I'll wait. I ain't got no time for that. They lost their mind. Did you subscribe yet? Great. Welcome to the 3.0. You shall not be disappointed. And now.
Okay.
Welcome back to another halftime show, starring yours truly, of course. And yes, we shall be getting back to Lizzo and her great advice and my great advice. But for now, it is the halftime show starring me, Peyton 3.0, once again, for those of you who don't know me that well, artist, musician, entertainer, aka the brightest MC / rapper in the world. Let me drop these on you. These bars, okay, acapella. Get up out your bed. I'm the mother effing vocal that be turning heads. I call attention. I'm an underdog with fire and I'm on a mission. See, I speak the truth. I'm the boldest ever blowing in the vocal booth. I'm a burning pyro. I be lighting and I have them asking why you was that. Flap lips, you ain't saying jack. We're going to start right there because I need to get to the next portion of my self-promotion. Thank you. That's what the Halftime Show is really all about. First single or lead single, my debut forthcoming album, The Burning Aries. Years in the making, but coming out hopefully at the end of this year. Okay? Called Can't Let Y'all In. I get really creative with the promo performances of this, with little to no budget. It's all about not having little to no budget. It's about what you do with it, how creative you get. And I get very creative. So let's get into this.
Please step back, 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 please step back. Don't you follow me, rack. About to turn around, use my back. Why you all in my face? I'm about to spray your ass with my mace. Now I don't want you here, I don't want you here. Please remove yourself for my body. I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, stop looking. Strangers that won't win, no strangers that won't win. No strangers that won't win, strangers that won't win. No strangers that won't win. Strangers that won't win, strangers that won't win. No, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. Can't let you win. No, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. Can't let you win. Back up. No, I can't let you in. Back up. No, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. Can't let you win. It's my life. And I won't think twice. Dish out my way because I'm here today. Dish. Please shut up. 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 No, I can't let y'all win. The motherfuckers grin. I can't have none of that. I need all of y'all hoes to scat. Can't let you in. No, can't let you in. No, can't let you in. Can't let you in. No, can't let you in. Can't let you in. Can't let you in. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Fuck y'all. Stand up. Stand out to fucking talk. Get a life, I'm coming for your neck. Get back, I'll set your check. Get back, you want for your breath. Come on, what's going on? Never will I break this shit today. Take it. Damn, I'm getting hit. Motherfucker, no, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. Can't let you win. No, I can't let you in. No, I can't let you in. Can't let you win.
Well, all right, that was my first lead single from the album, The Burning Aries, my forthcoming debut album. If you like that and you like the little performance, let me know in the comment section. I'll drop the link to the SoundCloud. And of course, you can get your life with all the rest of the songs I've been recording since 2012. Okay? And now it is time to sing for you. Acapella. Here we go. I keep my distance. I can't connect with you. Lay your head on my chest and just surrender. Just surrender you. Yes. But you can take off all my clothes and never see me naked. You know my heart, you're never gonna break. Yeah, oh. You can take off all my clothes and never see me naked.
Yeah, man, feel some type of way. Don't ever call me again in life. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but we're in the era where if someone feels some type of way, they will try and like come at you in a public way.
Yeah.
And they'll turn that into something that
The
is
pity
not.
party.
That, extortion, all type of stuff. People do all type of stuff for fame. They'll do it for fame to tear you down, to try to, because they try to mess with your money. They'll do it for all types of reasons.
Right.
But,
I see mamas on Instagram
Yep.
arguing with their kids and about money shit. I don't need your money. Mom,
why you on Instagram?
Why the
Why
fuck?
are we on the internet?
That's what I'm saying.
Like you call, like
So-
nobody know how to call nobody.
So it's like it's crazy. But
Attention is a currency as well.
absolutely, no, attention is worth more than currency, because 50% of them that's doing it, they don't even know where they could get the money from or how they could get the money. So they really just doing it for attention.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, those words that he just said right there are literally true words that have never been spoken. Okay? People out here just for the attention, be your own family members or so-called friends, that instead of just calling you and addressing this stuff in private, they will go here online and put your situation on blast first. And sometimes not even call you afterwards. Just wait for you to respond. And hopefully online. That's how sick in the head these people be. And not even know how to get the money or capitalize off of the attention.
You feel what I'm saying? It's only a certain amount of that even know how to monetize. They know how to, you know what I'm saying, set their business up properly enough so whereas they say, no, I make money off my content. Most just want to be famous.
Who? You don't want that.
You know what? You know what I want to know though? I want to know something from you. My name is, just picture this. My name is Mike. I'm from Milwaukee. Then you got Tammy from Atlanta, Georgia.
Listen. Y'all can keep fame. Y'all can keep fame if it ain't got no money attached to it, okay? I need the money too, honey. This is a capitalist world. Okay, let's not act funny. Let's not act brand new. This is a capitalist country. Matter of fact, if you live in a country like America, it ain't nothing but corporate all around you. Okay? It ain't nothing but corporate and capitalism. So, honey, that means I need to get paid for my fame. I'm going to do this, okay? Now, I do it for the love of the music. But guess what? A struggling artist is not cute. A struggling artist is not cute. I gotta be making money some kind of way from a 9 to 5 at the moment. Some way. Side hustle, managing accounts. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I need to get paid for this music eventually, right? It's a fool to just be famous and you's broke or you're not getting paid for the thing that you supposedly love. People don't even know what the fame is. Some people don't know what they want it. They see the glitz and the glamour of it, but at least they think. But I don't know. I've been sitting back watching people get dogged, go left and right, reputations ruined. To know that that's not the lane I want to be in, especially if I'm not getting paid. No, we gotta keep our reputation clean and be getting paid eventually some type of way. There gotta be a plan to make revenue or profit, and knowing some type of way, an idea how we're going to get there. But I digress.
You got Kev from Houston, Texas.
H-Town?
Yeah, you got Craig from New York. All these different people, and it pop up more. These people is artists right now. They trying to figure this music thing out, and they trying to get on. You, as somebody that's successful, been to the next level, give me the A to Z plan of what they should do right now.
Ooh, if I could start over, oh my God. Okay.
Break this down. I gotta hear this.
First of all, TikTok is the biggest DSP right now.
Okay.
You can put your up there and overnight have when I don't want to use like it's the biggest streaming platform. And it's the quickest way to gain an audience. And this is why people were misunderstanding what I was saying. Like I'm blaming everything on the algorithm, but the algorithm is something that you can use to your advantage. It's the lottery, like it's Vegas. You throw something on the internet a certain amount of times, when that person rings that little bing, 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 they see you, all of a sudden they engage with you, all of a sudden next year you could be at the Grammys. I've never seen anything like that until the last maybe 3 or 4 years, where it's like in a year you could be at the Grammys if you have a viral song or a big song. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that there's power in the people's hands. So first of all, understanding that you have to kind of destroy the idea, the old way of getting famous. Oh, I need to know somebody who can get me signed.
No.
And then I get signed.
That's been played out.
And then I'll be, that ain't even the way no more. You don't even have to know nobody. I've seen people in their bedrooms sing a song and literally was at the BET Awards in a year. So I would say, if you have talent, show your talent. And even if you don't really have that musical talent and you want to be a musician, make a song. There's Pro Tools, there's Auto-Tune, there's Melodyne, honey. Make a song. Sorry, that's where we're at. Put that shit on the internet and run that shit up.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. The future of hiring looks.
So, what she's saying has some grain of truth to it. But as we all know, as artists, if you're watching this right now, today it ain't that simple as just making a song and throwing it up online, right? No. You will literally have to work that same song because of how this algorithm work. Post the same thing, maybe clips of different scenes or whatever, or get creative with the visual. Because no one want to keep. Well, actually, you probably keep posting the same visual because it's not even reaching that many people in the first 10 posts, in the first 20 posts, 30 posts of that same thing, 40, 50 mother effing posts, and it still ain't getting the reach it needs to get. In your mind, a lot of times you say, it's time to give up. But no, that literally is how this game works. You might have to push it 100 times before the algorithm decides it's going to push it to that right person. That right person sees it one, two, three of them, and then they decide they like it, they watch it, they're engaging with it, and then you get way more reach. Might even go viral. That's just how this bull crap works. Okay? And you don't know when it's going to happen to you. And that's just the mind F of being an artist today in the digital world, space and social media. But let's continue.
Build a fan base. Show your personality. Be yourself, because it's exhausting being a character.
Yes, it is.
You don't want to be a character for the rest of your career. Like, think about who you want to be known as for the next 20 years. You want to be the pee-pee poo pants for the next 20 years? No, you don't. You want to be you. No shade to pee-pee poo pants. I don't know who I just made that person up.
No, but it's on Instagram name that. Be happy as shit. Lizzo know me, yo.
I'm doing all this dumb shit. You know me now.
Be yourself, because people will fall in love with you. Once you decide to show up as yourself, you will be surprised at how quickly it will connect with people. I would watch what the trends are, and I would create something that's catered to the trend. And I would post multiple times a day until
What, 3, 4?
I would say 3 to 4 times a day. I will post my song.
Only on TikTok or everywhere?
I think that TikTok is the one that you kind of can spam because of the algorithm. I think Instagram just posts the nicest version of the thing you're doing to kind of be like, that's your business card. Instagram is people don't even ask for your phone number no more. They'll be like, what's your IG? You know, because that's your calling card. So I would make my Instagram so.
Well, that's not really why people ask for your IG or give their IGs outside their phone numbers, Melissa. It is because if they don't know you like that, they're not effing with you. Okay? So get the IG, and I might answer the DM. They might answer the DM, honey. But I digress.
Oh, nice, and like whatever your aesthetic is, whatever your brand is. I just wanted to come and say hey.
Hey.
I love y'all.
Hey, how you doing, man?
And I knew my friend was in here, so I took that opportunity.
Okay.
Anybody that.
Okay, so just pops in. Sister's like, hey, they go Afro here. Hey, y'all, doing a podcast, but hey, I'm in the next studio. Okay, these two guys are legit. Okay.
Don't with Lizzo.
No, listen.
She's the best and most smartest and smarter than most of you. And yeah.
Anybody who don't with Solana hoes,
not needed. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Solana's her own name for those of you who ain't diehard SZA fans, okay?
All that, whatever she's saying, that's what the fuck I also believe.
Okay. All right. That was dope. Now, you say IG is that's like your business card. Now, what about YouTube, Twitter?
YouTube for me, I low key. Okay, all right. Okay. Because now I feel like when I got in the game, I wasn't on the YouTube thing, but I think now YouTube is like lifestyle. YouTube is where you show people long form of like the inside. I constantly film in the studio, so I have hours and hours and hours of footage of me making all this music from my past album all the way up until now. One day, I want to put that on YouTube so people can just have something to discover when they want long form. I'll tell you, long form content may be making a comeback because our attention spans are getting shorter, but I think the way humans work is once we hit that threshold, we go back to basics, and I think we're going to crave, like, I want to see something that's like 10 minutes long.
Okay, I wanted to address the common misconception about humans' attention spans being shorter. No, it really is that we like to consume a certain thing quick. It's like almost like an addiction, like going to McDonald's and being addicted to the Big Mac. You like the way it made you feel. It was quick. Maybe you're a busy person. You got school, you got work, you got this, and this to do. And you're just in that mindset at the time where you need something quick to get straight to the point. Okay? But once that period of the day or so is over, and there's some part of the day where you can catch your breath, like on your lunch break, okay, or the work is over, you want something to really watch, then you, at that point, you want something more that you can really get into and connect with. That's going to be longer than 30 seconds of either something educational that's worth your time, or most of the time, most of the stuff that you're seeing in your feed, especially over here in America, is bullcrap, okay, and brain rot. But anyway, so not long form hasn't gone anywhere or been out of style. It's just short form provides that I don't have any real time. Let me keep going. There are some of us sitting there on our couches doom scrolling, right? I don't do that. I just got TikTok back, but to post my stuff, I'm not on TikTok watching anything because I don't care for it like that. Okay, but TikTok now for me is an experiment to see, is this platform actually worth my time for my brand, my artistry? I know that YouTube is. YouTube's actually showing me signs of that over the last year. But as far as like TikTok, and that's for everybody else, dead and gone to me. Dead and gone. Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever. Gone. But hear me out here. Long form will always have a place. Because we as humans do crave something deeper that we can get into. Okay? Period. We get a chance. That's why I always tell y'all at the beginning of my videos. Are you calm? Do you got your snacks? It's time to slow down and relax on the couch. On your lunch break, get the big screen TV out. Okay? Because I'm appealing to your mindset that you're not rushing around. I'm appealing to the mindset of, even when I ain't rushing around, I like to put on a good long form because I don't want to have to get shape. I want to put on a good long form that I can ought to be listened to, even if I'm looking at it when I'm rolling around for the morning and get ready to do whatever. And that's just me, but there are people like me who are like that as well. But just to clarify that, that long form will always be in the game, okay? Point blank in the period. That's why YouTube can still exist the way it exists, or else long form would have been dead and gone, and they would just be competing with TikTok on short form. But they can't hit right now. YouTube, still can't compare to TikTok and how they master the game. You see, YouTube probably trying to do too many things and master them. And masters long form, and it's alright right now, or sort of good with short form. TikTok mainly only focuses on the short form, so they had time to perfect their craft and their strategy. Okay, they introduced long form, more like 10 minutes, right? Not as long. They give you a time limit for that, but that's not their bread and butter. Okay, and that's still not what people come to TikTok for. But let's continue.
Sick of looking at 30-second things, like my brain hurt. So I will be consistently posting. That's the thing. Don't be embarrassed and don't give up. Am I getting long-winded about this?
No, you're not. Go ahead.
Don't be embarrassed and don't give up about
Keep
putting
telling, girl,
your
get
digital
long
footprint
and
out there. Make sure your digital footprint is
Don't be
tight.
too cool to post. That's what you said.
Do not be too.
Did I say long and hard? I don't mean that the way y'all think I meant that. Get long and explain. Okay, they need to hear it.
Cool to post. If you want any type of pull in the industry, people are looking for numbers. When I first got signed, you had to have 50,000 followers and you had to have a certain amount, 50,000 followers and a certain amount of views on your YouTube video. Like,
any monthly listeners?
No, not back then.
They wasn't worrying about this.
Nah, I was 2000 and 2016. So anyway, it's been about the numbers. So like now that kind of matches up to how many views are you getting on your videos? How many streams are you getting? How many monthly listeners can you get on your own? How many followers do you have on Instagram, TikTok, da 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 da. So I would just build your audience, build your fan base, play your music wherever you can, tour. Because once you build your fan base, you cannot destroy it. A lot of people who like skip that step, they disappear. They fall off the face of the planet because they didn't take the time to like build a foundation. So I'm all over the place. But if I was,
have you built a foundation? Are you trying to build a foundation? Or are you just trying to get views and looks?
Somebody who was like, I have an amazing song and I want the world to hear this, I would post 3 to 4 times a day.
That song,
the same song. I would cater whatever the content is to whatever trend is going on. So
we need to back that up for a minute. I missed that.
Skip that step, they disappear. They fall off the face of the planet because they didn't take the time to like build a foundation. So I'm all over the place. But if I was somebody who was like, I have an amazing song and I want the world to hear this, I would post 3 to 4 times a day.
That song,
the same song. I would cater whatever the content is to whatever trend is going on. So if the summer I turned pretty, I don't want to say that. If somebody's beefing on the internet, I don't want to say that either.
yeah.
If crumble cookies are trending, eat a crumble cookie and play your song. Eat a crumble cookie and sing your song. Whatever. Go to looky look.
Okay, that's actually good advice though.
Cookie is crumble cookie. Whatever it is, the algorithm is looking for certain things, certain buzzwords and certain keys, and it will put you into that system, trick that algorithm out, and it changes every 3 to 4 months. So stay on your toes about it. But the algorithm is super serving what the people are discussing. So I would just always try to be in the cultural zeitgeist. You ain't if you're not in the cultural zeitgeist these days.
They don't care about you.
That's my definition of success. Like people were looking at me and it was like, oh, she's mad, she's flopping. Baby, what is flop in 2025 if you're talking about me? My name is in your mouth. I'm not flopping. I got multiple songs. I got multiple viral sounds on TikTok to my music right now. I'm winning. Right. You're thinking about me. I'm winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I digress. Post.
Just like say what you want about JoJo Siwa. It's been over a year since she started her little rage bait thing for her song, for her music, but it's really about more than the music when she's doing this kind of stuff. When her team is having these meetings with her, it's a whole brand thing. And the brand is, I'm going to keep you talking. See, Lil Nas X did perfect that. The team he had did not strategize correctly. But JoJo Siwa, still talking about her over a year later. What month is this? Time is recording? September. When did she start that whole thing when she's grown up now and she looks like Kiss? Or Jen Simmons? That was in like, I gotta put my thing in. There we go. That was like February of 2024. Folks, think about that. Who's been able to successfully rage bait you that long? Forget about the music that she has, because it's not really about the music alone. Who's been able to rage bait you for that long and make you give it spins and listens anyway? And she's paid and laid. I want y'all to think about that for a minute.
build your audience. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, go crazy. You don't need the big labels. Shoot a music video on your iPhone and connect with the world like that. You don't need the middleman anymore.
So you tell them don't sign with a deal, just go independent?
I think that here's what a label is good for. A label is a bank and it's a wealth of resources. I think we build your fan base and build your sound and your aesthetic in your world and get your price up a little bit. Then a label can negotiate with you better. I wouldn't just hop into a label with nothing. No, because they don't do artist development anymore. Like that used to be a thing back in the day. They'll see some untapped.
You can't even get on a label with nothing. If you don't have followers that are engaged, I said engaged. Anybody can get followers, but are they engaged with your consistently? Even if it's a portion of them that see it at a time, are those portion of people that get to see your engage and across at least 2 platforms, then you might can get into a room if that's your goal. Personally, it should not be a goal. Coming from an independent who knows her stuff. But that's what it actually will take to even get a look from the label. You can't just show up with nothing.
Talent, and they'll be like, oh, let me sign you. We'll develop you. We'll teach you how to dance. We'll teach you how to be a star, how to have the presence. And then we'll put your music, we'll super serve your music to the masses. That don't happen no more. Now it's like, what do you have on your own?
Yeah, what is you doing?
What's in it for us? And that's not a negative thing. That's just the market because of streaming. You know what I'm saying? Because of social media. So I would wait to have something going for myself before I sign, so you have a little bit more leverage. But I think a label is amazing for supporting you financially. Like, okay, I want to shoot this many music videos. Give me the money for that. Or I want to do radio, or I need to do this kind of promo. You get the money for that. And then you can recoup it if you like me. And then
if you're like her. But there's multiple artists that you don't even really get to see it pop out the box and make a name for themselves that will not recoup those music video costs, that will not recoup the recording costs, beats and the label and all that you see behind her, who will not recoup. And the label either decides to tour them to death because of it, or they get rid of them. And so now you're back to square one. Independent, maybe in the hole even more, because you still owe the label. And they still want their money. And they still can come after you. Even if you are SOL. Now you're worse off than if you were not on a label. And that's most artist story. Lizzo is an anomaly. So don't get happy now.
They're good for resources. So they know people, they know creative directors, they know directors, they know, you know what I'm saying? The people to get you on certain platforms like television and things like that. So I do think there's value in signing to a label. I don't think it's completely invaluable. I just think that you need to have.
But build value first.
You need to build your value first. Yeah, right. Because if you and the label don't work out, what you gonna have after that? What's gonna happen? You need to have something to stand on, and you need to have people supporting you and giving a fuck about where you go next.
That there is a God that really loves you so much that sent his son on a rescue mission.
With that being said, for the artists that you see, especially these days, see artists back then, before the internet, a longer form of longevity back then, but there were still plenty that were here today, gone tomorrow. But now they're more volatile, where you'll see artists come in and they're out the hot that year, they're out the hot that year, they're out the hot that year, they're out. Whether they were able to pay their labels back or not, because people in the audience ain't effing with they no more. It's like that one song or that one album, and then what you gonna do?
That's like you just killed it with that one.
I feel like I was long-winded.
No, you wasn't. You was giving that information up now.
When it comes to something like this, Melissa, listen, Lizzo. When it comes to something like this, the longer explanation, the better. Detailed and thorough, honey. These artists need to hear it.
You know, the album out, right? Mixtape. Not album, mixtape. What's the difference between mixtape and album? Give me the game.
For me, traditionally, which I don't think everybody is on board with, a mixtape is you take a beat and sometimes the beat is out, you know, and you're rapping on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Wayne is my definition of like what a mixtape is, because Lil Wayne was taking songs that were already out, already on the radio, and just taking that beat and then like putting his verses on it, going crazy on it, and then dropping that shit. And it was for the streets. It was feeding the people. It was giving them. I believe for me, an album is the studio album, when you go in to work on original pieces of work. Now, the mixtape, My Face Hurts From Smiling, and My Face Still Hurts From Smiling, has, like, I have the bunny hop from the Entourage. Like, I have like a couple of songs that are just basically samples that I just tweaked a little bit. So that's why I kind of classify it as a mixtape, because it also doesn't count as an album. Contractually doesn't count as an album. And it was something that I could put out and feed the streets with. And some of the beats weren't like original beats and things like that. But I feel like in this day and age, like, people get so weird about like samples. Like, I really feel like sampling is like the sampling laws, I feel like, are racist.
Why?
I feel like it's racist because let me actually let me break it down. Come
on, please, Melissa. Break it down for us.
The first time people started sampling was who? It was rappers in the 80s and 90s. They were sampling.
Most of James Brown, a lot of James. They were sampling a lot of James.
So they were sampling records because they didn't have access to big studios. They didn't grow up learning how to play bass and stuff like that. They created the genre of hip hop through sampling records in their, their parents' vinyls and stuff like that.
You're taking what you got.
There were no sampling laws back then. It was all a free for all. So they was just outside, just like, okay, this is just what it is. And then hip hop was born, and it was this beautiful thing. And then I feel like it was Sir Mix-a-Lot got sued from a band that he sampled, like a rock band or something, because they were just so mad that these young black men were being enterprising with their music and remixing their music. Well, that's my music. You're stealing it. And I just feel like the theft of it all, putting theft on black culture, that's the part that kind of turns me off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like it's icky. Like, I feel like there's levels to it.
So
maybe I'm spitting too much game. Maybe this is a conversation that shouldn't be on camera.
No. Well, no, I'm you educate me, because I didn't know that's how sampling and the rights to sampling and all that came about. So you educating me. I'm just sitting here like, I didn't know that.
It polices black music.
Yeah, they got Biz Markie in 1991.
Biz Markie.
They got him in 1991. Pulled it off shelves.
It polices black music.
For it was an album.
It was an album. Oh, okay. Yeah, but now that I think about it, because even with him, we got a song called "Planet Rock," but it's another group that he listened to, and they got the same beat. And I asked him, I said, "Bro, how they got the same beat as Planet Rock?" And he like, that's what they used to do back in the day. But now you sit here explaining it, it's like, okay.
Hip hop is sampling.
So they just were stealing everybody's beats. Just give me that, I need that. Well, I don't even know if it was stealing because you could just use it back then.
But that's what I'm saying, like that was our medium. That was hip hop's medium, was sampling. Sampling is a black art that bred hip hop. Hip hop was born from sampling, and now sampling is synonymous with theft. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, if you don't get it clear, because if you don't get it clear, there's been a lot of artists where it's though, if you don't get the song clear and it come out and they go, they be like, no, I want to own the whole song. The person who stuff you sample, they're just holding the whole, because now you got to negotiate or they can pull it down.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I believe the origins, let me clarify, because people take the things I say and they run with it on the internet. The origins of sampling, I think, were racially charged. Like the sampling laws, the origin of sampling laws were racially motivated to me, because it was policing black art, which hip hop was sampling. Hip hop was poetry over samples. Period. I think now, of course, they had to regulate some sort of things, and there's certain things that are fair and unfair. I get it. But like when you're suing people off of a vibe, it's like, man, that's the vibe of my song. It's like, yo, there's only 12 notes in the scale.
I know, but do you think it's this? Let me just ask you this one question. Do you think it's copyright laws? Because it is a person copyright. You can't use a person copyright.
Right. I think it's here's the nuance that is going to be hard to express, but like, if I'm straight up taking your song and putting it on my song, let me give you your credit. You know, like it's still your song. But I'm saying these days it's gotten to the point where like I've been in the studio and wrote a song, and the musicologist is like, well, this is that song. And I'm like, I don't even know that song, but I got to give up percentage of my song to that person, even though I've never even heard that song before. I created this music as an original thought.
A musicologist?
Baby, you have to get a musicologist.
What is a musicologist?
A musicologist is somebody who has like a PhD in like music theory, and they will listen to a song and tell you, like, is this close to, like, within a certain amount of notes, is this close to another?
Okay, all right. Let's stop right here for a minute. First of all, I've even, with all my years of experience in music versus language and being in and out of choruses and the music game on an independent level, as well as seeing it from a major level, I've never actually heard vocal teachers, you name it. I've never actually heard of a musicologist. So now my eyebrows are, up, basically. And even though that's what they do, listen to the song and see how close it is to somebody else's, when it comes to like popular mainstream music, there's only a certain amount of notes, like she says, that they actually use. Now, there are way more notes and melodies than the ones that they use, but they're not as ear-catching and psychologically attention-grabbing on a subconscious level for humans than those 12 melodies and notes or whatever. So there's nothing new under the sun, especially on the mainstream. So this is where copyright, to me, really doesn't mean much in the way of how it used to mean when things were a lot fresher in the creative. But right now, especially today, ain't nobody really being that creative. The last time anybody was really that creative on the mainstream level was really back in the 2000s. Then after that, a lot of stuff was just recycled from over the decades. But I digress. Let's continue.
Original work of music. And if you're within a few notes or anything like that, you got to give them a piece of your song. And it's like, I get it if I've intentionally taken your song, or if I intentionally was doing that, I want to give you credit. But like, I've had to give pieces of my song up to songs I've never even heard.
And then when they say it's 2018 in 25 or 2020s updated. That was true when they were doing stuff back in the 2000s and before, and even somewhat in the 2010s. But really, that's some bull hockey. No, and no, honey. It's not 2020s anything, because 2020s doesn't even have a real identity. There's no real identity of a music, of a sound or two in the 2020s. And that actually really started in the 2010s. There was somewhat of sounds definitely back then with the whole EDM and stuff, but really things has gotten worse when it comes to thinking outside the box. You're not getting producers like Timbaland. You're not getting producers like Static Major, Darkchild, Rodney Jerkins. I think that's actually the same person. Darkchild is this company, or was. Not sure what it's doing right now. Hopefully it's still producing to some kind of level. You're not getting Pharrell Williams. You're not getting these type of producers anymore making those type of sounds and beat that change the game and make other artists want that same producer. And then somebody else a little while later comes along and does the same thing, and then people are chasing after that producer. Nobody's really doing that today at all. Everything I'm hearing is literally a recycled either, well, man, most of the time it's regurgitated, basically. Maybe fresh drums from today, obviously, and fresher instruments and sounds from the beat machine, but that's really it. And that is probably the only thing that makes it 2000 in whatever year it is, or decade it's going to be. But I digress. Let's go.
Heard of before I wrote it.
This college football season's too much for Brandon.
Stop him, we'll smash everything.
That's wild.
It's a strange world. I'm telling you. We can move on, but that was my game of the day.
That was wild.
Damn.
Musicologist.
Edit me good. Edit me nice.
We got you. Now, what's up with the tour? What's up with it? Anything else? What's up with some meet and greets or going out and connecting with your fans or some get-togethers?
Yeah.
With your fans. Because you got a new community. You created your community.
Yeah. I feel like Lizzo fans, lesbians were like, they were scattered all across. And I feel like I gave us like a home base to come to with Lizzo IRL. I've done like an IRL pop-up already where I have like a private email list. So I sent it out to them and they all signed up for it. And so if I do like a little gathering or a party, they get a little email blast of like where to show up. I'm not gonna tour until my album is out. Okay. Right now, I'm just putting out the mixtape to just get some off my chest and to like super serve my audience, my fan base, my niche, and to also reinvigorate some new people to be like, hey, come, it's fun over here. It's a good time. Right. Mm-hmm. And then once the album is out, I'll do the album thing, right, which is meet and greets, which is touring, which is. But right now, I'm just in my
shit off your chest.
I'm just in my creative bag.
And at the same time, you get some shit off your chest, and you giving your fan base some music to rock to.
I feel like I stressed y'all out with the sampling conversation.
No, you did.
I feel like
you gotta understand. Don't too many people come on here and give us game that we really never heard of. So the whole time you sitting breaking it down, I'm like, I'm just thinking like, that shit make a lot of sense what she's saying, because I never even thought about it. I never even knew. I always thought that was always just a part of the industry. No, it started with hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? I never knew. I'm just thinking if you write a song, somebody steal your song, that property. You feel what I'm saying? That's a part of music. I didn't never know it started from hip hop, and so the whole time I'm like, all them songs that sounded the same in the 50s, oh my darling, all them songs, all that rock and roll that was stole from black people,
There was no sampling laws back then when you were stealing rock and roll from Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Big Mama Thornton, when you were stealing from Chuck Berry. Where was the laws back then? Why don't you give them their publishing? Elvis didn't have to give nobody publishing or nobody a percentage of his records. He didn't have to give nobody for Hound Dog. He got to sing Hound Dog and be bigger than the person who wrote it and sang it first.
So
but all of a sudden, when
so
hip hop
Elvis ain't make up Hound Dog?
No, Big Mama Thornton wrote Hound Dog. That's not even his song.
Big Mama Thornton?
Big Mama Thornton.
I'm sorry.
Google.
I'm a
Google.
I'm not one of that's gonna front and act like I know what the going on when I don't.
No,
I don't have no
and no
idea
shade, but
what's
I'm
going.
saying the system. Ain't that real funny that back in the day when black people were creating rock and roll, all of these artists got to steal the vibe and literally steal the song bar for bar, and there were the laws didn't come in. Everybody just let it happen. But all of a sudden, when black people want to take from white rock and roll artists and remix it and make their own records, all of a sudden we have sampling laws. All of a sudden, they're getting sued.
That.
All of a sudden it's theft. Oh, it's theft now? Okay, cool. I'll remember that.
I never knew that. You know, if I probably would have grew up on some Elvis or knew a little bit, I probably would have knew a little more, but I didn't. So
it's okay.
I apologize to Elvis and Grandma. What's Grandma's name?
Big Mama Thornton.
Oh yeah, Big Mama Thornton.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Sorry, Sister Rosetta. Like I ain't know Elvis took you and remixed it and all. I ain't know that, baby.
Oh, he ain't the only one, honey. Oh my God, they were taking everything.
Who else stole some?
Any person.
No, because I'm just keeping it real. You educating me on some I never knew was happening.
What? He don't know that rock and roll was made by black people? All that rock and roll shit?
Rock and roll was made by black people.
What? Where have you been?
He not no music dude.
I'm not no. Listen, growing up,
you play
I wanted to be Michael
he was like
Jordan.
Boy.
I wanted to be Dr. J. Isaiah Thomas.
too short.
I
He went
did
to, like,
not
a
want to
neighborhood
be no
college.
rapper, no
It was
singer,
deep. It was
none of
deep. It was
that
hard.
shit.
It's
Shut the fuck up, man.
He was too short.
No, I wasn't, nigga.
I was like, yeah, you want to be Michael? How tall are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You even
We're the
question.
same height.
Yeah.
He found me. He
Period.
lying.
I could have hoops. I could have been into
He like
the first person to ever.
Wait, where the fuck is these documentaries at?
Well, I'm
Where
playing.
black people
I'm
started
playing,
rock and roll.
Okay, let me tell you. The first person to ever plug a guitar into an amp to innovate electric guitar was a black woman named Sister Rosetta Tharpe. She did the duck walk that Chuck Berry did. She took gospel, blues, and created the idea of the electric guitar. She had the first stadium show. And it was her wedding. She got married in a stadium and she played electric guitar down the aisle. She created what we know today as rock and roll. Yeah. And I'm playing her in a biopic.
I got my white producers in the back.
Rock and roll.
She's the godmother.
Hold on, nigga. I got my white producers in the back. They shaking their head.
They shaking their head.
Yes, they is. They like this.
I'm playing her in the biopic. I'm playing Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Oh,
I'm bringing
okay.
her story to life.
Okay.
So you said where the documentaries, where the biopics? They're coming.
Okay. That's
Okay.
what's up. I didn't know that.
We did that. I'm telling you.
1938 she recorded.
18?
Rock me.
1938.
I'm about to say, goddamn, 1838, man. You make it up, man.
Rock me.
She in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, posthumously. They just put her in like
As
maybe
an early-
2019.
2018.
18? She died in the 70s, low-key 60s. So it's like, I'm telling you, the Rolling Stones, they got their name from Muddy Waters, the bluesman. Muddy Waters, the black.
I don't know who you talking about, but I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah, they were inspired by his albums, all their music, and even their band names. I believe you.
He's not lying. But listen, I will say this.
See, guys, be who you are.
One thing I will say, I don't know what it is, but since you've been here, my face hurt from smiling.
Oh, mine too, a little bit.
No, that was clever. That was clever.
I ain't gonna lie, you funny as shit.
That was a good way to wrap it up.
Absolutely. It was a great interview, man. But listen, you already know, it's the biggest $1 million worth of game. It's Lizzo.
Lizzo right here.
The biggestest.
And
Big Mama!
No, that's Lotto, but
That's
I just
my
like how
shit,
she said.
Big Mama, Big Mama. Big Mama. Shout out to the homie Lotto as well. You see us all love in here. Me and I was ripping game.
Stream My Face Hurts from Smiling. Stream My Face Still Hurts from Smiling. And get outside, get active, put your music out there. The world is waiting to fall in love with you. Be yourself like him.
Well, all right. I hope that you were able to hang on in there with me and you were entertained from beginning to end, because I know that I was. And you got some good advice and commentary from me, an actual artist, okay, on this thing, talking about music and other artists. Now, that was Lizzo on the podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game, and she surely gave, in my opinion, $2 million worth of game, okay? And together, we gave about $15 million worth of game, okay? Now, let me know what you thought about the advice that she gave, and of course, the advice that I gave. And of course, if you were a fan of my music that I played for you and did for you in the halftime show, let's talk about it. I'll drop the SoundCloud link below. Anyway, if you got your entire life today, please smash my subscribe and like button. I told you the goal was 300 by midnight. Did I say that? I think I said it at least towards the beginning. And we were at 182 at the time of this recording. Committed subscribers. Become committed today by clicking my subscribe button, okay? And the like too, okay? Free for you, doesn't cost you nothing. But let's talk about this video in totality below in the comments. You still here? Well, this episode's over. Oh, you subscribed? Well, welcome to the 3.0. You shall not be disappointed. And as a bonus, I'm going to put on the screen another episode on my channel, which I think you, yes, I'm talking to you, will love. Okay, so I'll see you down in the comment section, and I'll also see you in that video. Okay, have a great day. Bye.